The bird was the apple of Primrose and Dahlia's eye. He was also in shock. An hour ago, a window left open by a cleaner had been too much for him to resist. Unfortunately, Petey's newfound taste of freedom came with a lot of dangers, real and imagined. He'd been fine until a red kite soared above him, and on the ground a cat meowed. Now Petey was too scared to move a muscle or a feather. I knew all this because Adriana told me. It would take all her powers of persuasion to guide the parrot down and inside, where he belonged. I wished I could give her a hand, but my climbing skills were not up to that task. Also, whereas the bird trusted Adriana implicitly, I might startle him. After all, I'm just a human he's seen a couple of times. Adriana, on the other hand, is a pet whisperer extraordinaire. She's also my great-great-aunt. And a ghost. Officially, she died in 1929, at the age of 21. In reality, she materialized in the same villa she took her first and last breath in a few months ago, and has been sharing my life ever since. Up in the tree, she made coaxing sounds at the back of her throat. Petey hopped to a lower branch. He moved his head back and forth. Adriana continued to encourage him until, finally, ghost and bird both came down. "Now, hop onto Genie's shoulder," she told the bird. He obeyed, careful to hold on to me without digging his claws in too deep. Together, we stood outside the door. I knocked. "I've got him." Primrose opened, and with a last look at my great-great-aunt, Petey flew inside, back to the safety of his aviary. "You saved him! I don't know what we would have done without you, Genie." Primrose's voice shook. "I'm glad I could help." Adriana glowed with pride. She waved the parrot a cheerful goodbye before we dashed home. The rescue mission meant that I needed to hurry. It also meant that my great-great-aunt could chalk up another good deed on her growing list of successful rescue missions. Adriana Darling was on the way to becoming the unrecognized good spirit of Cobblewood Cove. Our orange tabby Cleo interrupted her preoccupation with tufting a rug and shedding all over the apartment to come and greet Adriana. I received a quick meow to acknowledge that I, too, had been noticed. I took my overnight bag from the storage cupboard, ready to be packed later. Cat and ghost froze and glared at me. "It's only for one night." I snatched my keys. If I didn't make it downstairs fast, I'd be late for work, and I was never late. It was one of my proudest traits, the fact that people could rely on my word.